Yo, peace, y'all. What it do? Keep low, we back in effect. Yo, check it out. Lashim the God. I'm going to navigate y'all through this video. And this video here is going to be on Wayne Perry. So what I need y'all to do right now is hit that thumbs up button, because you know this shit going to be fire. This one here going to be on Wayne Perry, the notorious killer from Washington, D.C., the Michael Jordan of murder. Keep loaded company. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because this one going to be about Wayne Perry, y'all. All right, Wayne Perry, also known as Silk, was born on November 14th, 1962 in Washington, D.C., and he grew up in Southwest D.C. Now, dig this shit here. Wayne Perry's older cousin in 1974 came up to Wayne when he was only 12 years old, and he wanted Wayne to murder a guy that was his age, because this was Wayne's older cousin. And his older cousin wanted Wayne to murder the guy because he couldn't really get up on the guy like that, because the guy was on alert for him, you feel me? So he ended up explaining the situation to Wayne, and Wayne was like, I'm only a little kid, why don't you do it? And he was like, yeah, you're only a little kid, and that's why he not gonna think that you gonna do it. Just rock his ass to sleep and just clap him for me. So he ended up giving Wayne a .22 revolver, and he told him when he see the guy to handle his business. So Wayne Perry, he wanted to put fear in his little friends in the neighborhood. So he told his cousin, I'll do this murder for you, but you gotta let me keep the gun. So time went on, and Wayne ended up seeing the guy, and the guy knew Wayne because he knew him through his older cousin. So Wayne was a little 12-year-old kid, remember, and the guy was older. So Wayne went up to him and was like, what up, whatever, and he was talking to him, and the guy was talking to him for a while, how you been, and all that other shit, you know, the family shit. And then Wayne said, I don't got no money, why don't you take me to the store and buy me an ice cream? So the guy was like, all right, don't sweat it, I got you, shorty. So the store that they went into, you had to go down the stairs to get in the store, right? So while they was going down the stairs to get in the store, the guy was taking Wayne to the store, right? So the guy was going first. So when the guy started walking down the stairs and Wayne was in back of him, Wayne put the .22 close to his head, but not touching his head, and he pulled the trigger, and he clapped and killed. So after shooting this dude in his head and murdering him, Wayne ran back to his cousin. But as he ran back to his cousin, he opened the gun and he saw the 6 shells still in the barrel. So Wayne started crying, thinking that he failed the mission, because he thought he didn't kill the guy because he saw the 6 shells inside the revolver. He didn't know the difference between a revolver and an automatic. With an automatic, the bullet shell casings be ejected out of the gun and they lay on the floor. That's why you see the shells at crime scenes. And then when a person has a revolver, the shells stay in the gun. So once his cousin explained it to him, Wayne shook it off. He was only crying because he thought he didn't murder the guy. So moving on, after that murder, Wayne continued with his life, and he kept on going to high school. And then he ended up getting into a fight with his teacher in school, and it was alleged that he shot a school monitor in the school, so he got expelled from schools in D.C. He got expelled from all schools in D.C. So he ended up going to an alternative school, you know, the 600 schools where all the bad people go. So he ended up going to an alternative school, and you know that alternative school had other bad guys in the school like him. So one of the guys was like, he going to take Wayne's chain. So Wayne was like, damn, he going to take my chain? So Wayne laid for him a couple of days after that, and Wayne caught him walking by himself and rolled up with a gun and just murdered him. So after that situation, Wayne Perry got with some older guys in his block, that in his neighborhood that he was hanging with, and these guys was like 10 years older than him. So Wayne started fucking robbing banks. So one day on one of these bank robberies, Wayne brought his brother, his physical blood brother, on a bank robbery with him, and his brother was murdered during that bank robbery. So after Wayne Perry's brother got murdered, all gloves was off. You feel me? He just started going harder and harder and harder. So not only was Wayne Perry feared in Southwest, but he was feared throughout the whole DC by this time. So Wayne understood that people respected murder, so he started putting his murder game down even more. And he started extorting drug dealers because he tried selling drugs himself, but he wasn't good at it. So he figured, why not just take their money? So he started going up to drug dealers and he started telling the drug dealers, if you give me some money, I'll be your friend. But if you don't give me no money, we won't be friends. And dudes knew what that meant. So Wayne continued putting his muscle game down on motherfuckers, shaking up drug dealers and shaking up anybody who was getting money, and he was making them pay, you feel me? So when people seen Wayne come through the block, they knew it was time to break bread, you feel me, dig me? So like I said, as Wayne was putting his muscle game down on motherfuckers, there was still some motherfuckers in DC who wasn't having it, you feel me? So anyway, one dude who wasn't feeling Wayne Perry, had actually saw Wayne Perry on one occasion, and he ran up on Wayne Perry, and he was blinking at him with the blicky, trying to kill Wayne Perry. But Wayne Perry saw him coming, and Wayne pulled out his blicky, and he started blinking back. So when the guy missed him, Wayne returned fire and murdered him, but it just happened to be some undercover officers on the scene, so they jumped out, they gobbled Wayne up, and you know gobbled up means they arrested him, put the click-clackies on his wrist and took his ass to the jail or whatever. But when they was going to trial with the case, at the hearings or whatever, one officer was a good officer, and he was like, yo, this guy tried to roll up and kill Wayne first, so all Wayne did was protect himself. So after that, Wayne ended up not getting a murder charge. He just took a lesser charge, and he stayed in jail for a little while. But he only took a lesser charge. He didn't get charged with murder on that one because the cop kept it 100. So Wayne Perry ended up getting locked up for some other shit on another occasion, and he was locked down in prison in DC. And anybody that live in DC or been to DC know that Lawton prison ain't no joke. Yo, shout out to everybody in DC. Shout out to all my people in New York. Shout out to everybody worldwide who's gully. And shout out to everybody who fuck with this channel, Keep Low. So dig, like I was telling y'all, the dude Wayne Perry was locked up in Lawton prison, right? So at the same time, Alpo Martinez was making his way down to DC, you feel me? So when Alpo got down to DC, Wayne was allegedly locked up, but Alpo ended up bumping into this kid named Little Pop. Now, if y'all don't know about Little Pop was a straight murderer. He caught his first body at 15. And if you don't know about Little Pop, you go check out my videos. I just did a video on Little Pop last week. You can check out my videos on Big Head Gary from DC because they all relate to this story. And I got other videos on Alpo, AZ, and everybody. So like I was telling y'all, Alpo Martinez was making his way down to DC from New York City. And for those who don't know, Alpo Martinez was a gully New York dude at that time. Straight up, no blemishes on his record. He was one of the toughest niggas in New York that was about his shit. And he was a multi-kilo dealer, and he was really putting down his murder game, stick-up game, whatever he had to do. He was about his business. And this is before the snitching shit, before he became a federal informant. But anyway, so Alpo was going down to DC, and he ended up meeting a guy named Little Pop, like I was telling you. And Little Pop is a straight murderer, right? So Pop was telling him, I'm going to introduce you to my man, Wayne Perry. He's the one who really showed me how to do this murder shit for real. So Pop ended up introducing Alpo and Wayne Perry. And Alpo was thinking like a motherfucking chess player. He was thinking, I'm down in DC. I'm from New York City. These niggas ain't really feeling me getting money the way I'm getting money in a town. And I don't want nobody to stop me from getting this money. I heard this dude Wayne Perry is a straight murderer. So if I fucking link up with this nigga, I could put down my money game the way I want to in DC. And if any of these little pussies get out of line, they could get it. You feel me? So Alpo got introduced to Wayne. You know, he was getting to know him. He was filling him out or whatever. But Alpo was still moving about doing his thing because Alpo had them bitters, you know what I mean? That's them bricks. And y'all know what them bricks is, just for educational purposes. That's D-rugs. Those are kilos, you know what I mean? So Alpo had his work, and he was moving his work in and out of D.C. and getting his money. But then in between the time, Wayne ended up getting locked up again, and Wayne couldn't make bail. His bail was only $10,000, but Wayne couldn't make bail. So Alpo thought again like a chess player. If I bail this motherfucker out, he gonna be indebted to me, and I could give him a couple of dollars, maybe smash him out with a car, take him shopping, give him a couple of dollars for his pocket, and this kid's gonna be true to me. So just like I said it, that's just how it happened. So Alpo ended up bailing out Wayne Perry. You know when a motherfucker, nobody writing you a letter, you don't got no money on your commissary, you in there struggling with the rest of the strugglers, and you just hear your name, Wayne Perry, on the bailout. You know that nigga was bugging. And then when he came out the jail, Alpo and Lil Pop right there. You know that nigga was bugging. Yo, come on, son, I got you. Let me take you shopping. Here, I'm gonna give you a car to drive, this and that. This nigga was ready to kill anybody for Poe. You feel me? So anyway, in between that time, Alpo was still being a fly nigga that he was, getting his money and doing his shit in D.C., operating on some fly New York shit in D.C., and you know niggas wasn't feeling that. So this dude named Jawbreaker and a couple of other cats tried to kidnap Alpo. And, you know, Alpo must have seen that shit coming through his trajectory or whatever. And he tried to get up out of it, but they ended up clapping Alpo. So Alpo was in the hospital in D.C. He thought he was going to die. He ended up recovering, and he came out, and he got with Wayne Perry, and they started murdering everything moving. You feel me? Yeah, so like I was telling y'all, Alpo ended up getting with Wayne Perry, and he was already with Lil Pop and some other killers. So he ended up getting with Wayne Perry, and they started murdering everything moving and shaking up everything. You know what I mean? While Wayne was shaking up everything, while Alpo operated his shit. Because Alpo was already a millionaire. You feel me? So Wayne really needed the money, and Alpo just needed more money. You feel me? Or he just wanted more money. So Alpo was operating, get his money. Wayne was still extorting certain niggas and shaking them up. But he was rolling with Alpo, and Alpo was spoon-feeding this nigga, giving him cars to drive, his this, buying him clothes, giving him a couple of dollars. But Alpo was getting millions, you feel me? So anyway, y'all know how I go. Wayne, let me just shorten this story for a minute. And then y'all hit the thumbs up button for real, because I'll be giving you that raw shit. But anyway, Alpo and Wayne started doing mad murders in D.C., and, you know, started getting money and solidifying their strength in D.C. and doing their thing. They still had a couple of rivals, but they was knocking them niggas down. You feel me? So anyway, y'all know how the story goes. They both got caught up. And Alpo turned federal informant. He ended testifying on Wayne. They gave Wayne 6 to 8 life sentences or some shit. Tucked him away real good. Alpo copped out to 14 murders, but he told on a lot of murders in Wayne and other people. And then they ended up letting Alpo out after 26 years. And for those who don't know, Alpo Martinez went to the witness protection program under Abraham Rodriguez. And, you know, he was getting tired of the witness protection program or whatever the fuck he was feeling. And he ended up breaking the contract with the witness protection program. He ended up coming back to New York City. So when he ended up coming back to New York City, he was allegedly killed on Halloween of 2021. But getting back to Wayne Perry must feel real fucked up because he was being true to a motherfucker that wasn't even from his city. And that same motherfucker betrayed your trust and got him 6 life sentences. So that's a sad thing. And Wayne, he seemed like a thorough nigga, and he wasn't telling on nobody or none of that shit. But it depends on what you say is thorough, you know what I mean? But he definitely laid down his murder game, and he definitely wrote with the likes of Alpo Martinez and Little Pop. And like I said, y'all could go check my catalog on YouTube. Check out all my videos because I do videos on street legends. And if y'all don't know me, my name is Lashim Turner, a.k.a. Lashim the God. And I do videos on street legends like Alpo, Wayne, Big Head Gary, Nico Jenkins, Vincent, Smothers, just all kind of killers in New York, street legends from everywhere. You feel me? And I also do videos that give you knowledge and help you elevate. And I just appreciate the support and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to get your Keep Low production shirt with the world famous lines in the street, because they got lines in the street everywhere, and the manhole cover, and we lifting up the manhole cover, and we down in the manhole cover keeping low. Because if you keep low, you never tell. They never gonna fucking know. You feel me? Dig me? But yo, subscribe to the channel, like and share my videos. This is Lashim the God. Just fuck with me for real, and I'm gone. I wish you all peace and prosperity. Peace.